Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza.blogspot.com, and I'm here today with another project using the lovely Memories and More cards. But what I've done is I've coloured them in using the alcohol Stampin blends. These are a new product that we've got, and we've got all these colours. You've got Bermuda Bay, Calypso Coral, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Daffodil Delight, Night of Navy, Old Olive, Pink Pirouette, Pool Party, Pumpkin Pie, Rich Raspberry and Smoky Slate. And then there's also an ivory and a bronze for doing skin tones and things. And then there's a colour lifter. They are £4 each, and you get a light and a dark in each colour. So we've got Daffodil Delight here. We have a light version and dark version, so they're £4 each. And for alcohol markers, they are alcohol markers. That's a pretty good price. Okay, and what's nice with them having a light and a dark in each colour is you can blend them together, but you don't have to just blend the yellows together. You can blend them with different colours, and you can mix them up. So I think I've done there. I think I've done the pool party and Night of Navy there together to get that effect, and you can mix the oranges and the yellows to get different effects. I don't have any oranges and yellows. I've got the yellows, I mean the oranges. I haven't got the Calypso Coral or the Pumpkin Pie. They were the last ones for me to buy. So I've built these up ever since we first got them. And I'm going to need a bigger box now when the last 4 arrive. I haven't got the bronze and the ivory actually, so yes. So I'm going to show you how I coloured them. So there you are. You see how I coloured this one in. It's quite a thick card, this. It does go through to the other side though. So if you were colouring these into memory keeping, you would need, to use in your albums, you would need to put another card on the back. But often you need to anyway, because it'll be the wrong way round, things like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do a card with these. So I've decided I'm going to use this one. I'm going to make it a thank you card. It coordinates these cards with the Petal palette, so I'm going to use the thank you, and I'm going to use this leafy stamp as well. So I'm going to stamp on that. So I'm going to do the thank you in my memento. And I'm just going to line that up on there. Thank you. And then I'm going to stamp around. I'm going to get a bit of scrap paper because this is a nice new piece of grid mat. I can't quite remember what I was doing on these pieces. Anyway, so I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to come in on that corner, come in from the top, and I think that's enough. And I am going to add a little bit of green to my leaves, so I'm going to get my Old Olive markers, and I shall give them a bit of a colour. So you always start with your lightest first, and then you come in with your darkest. I'm just going to do like a line up the middle with that, and then you blend. The fact that this is going over already stamped with black in it, you're probably not going to get too much gradation there in the colours. But it is adding just a little hint of colour. Kind of need 6 hands when you're doing this, but I just want to add a little bit of colour so it's matches the other leaves, the other Stampin. Can you hear I've gone a bit quiet, a bit concentrating? There we go, that'll do. Just adds a little bit of colour. When you're colouring stamping markers, it is a good idea, or stamping blends, it is a good idea to have a piece of paper underneath, because depending on how thick what you're colouring on, it can go through. Okay, so now we're going to matte and layer that onto a card. Okay, so I have cut a mat in Bermuda Bay at 3x4, and I've trimmed this inside one down so that it got a nice 1/4 inch around it. I've used some of the DSP from the coordinating Petal Passion Suite. Got a Bermuda Bay card blank, and I'm just gonna sort of layer this up, and as I put it I thought, oh, I'll get a bit of a ribbon, so I've got some Bermuda Bay ribbon to go behind it, and I thought, oh, that looks familiar, what have I seen that before? And I remembered it's the Stampin' for All card sketch for this week. Oh, so I've killed 2 birds with one stone, so that's fabulous, so I'm quite pleased with that. Right, so I'm gonna, you've probably seen my video where I showed you how I made these are one of my sort of ribbon share bobbins that I made, and so it was lovely because I sort of went to my little ribbon stash and thought, oh no, I've got some Bermuda Bay, and there it was, and easy to see. I'm like, this is beautiful, it's so lovely. I haven't labelled it yet to be able to tell you what it is, but it's in the annual catalogue and it's gorgeous. Okay, so I'm putting that back in my bobbin box, which is in easy reach. Right, now what I want to do is I want to colour some of these flowers because I think that'll be cute, and that's one of the nice things about this paper is that it is black and white, and it does lend itself to being coloured. So I'm just going to pick out a few of these flowers and give them a colour in. I'm going to see where that's going so I can see what will be visible. So I'm just going to randomly colour missed a bit there, look. And then I'm going to colour with the dark one. Might not notice too much of a difference. Oh, I think you do. You could colour them all if you wanted to, but I just want to do a few because I think that'll look nice. There we go. And then I'm just going to stick this all down. So got my trusty fast fuse. I am going to do some scrapbooking with these cards because it is my 30th anniversary this year. Oh my god. And I want to do a bit of scrapbooking, and so I love, this is basically why I bought these Memories and More cards, because I thought they would say what I want to say. So I'm going to use my grid mat here to stick that on and turn it over. You can see where it's come through. Right. Stick that there. Stick that there. And then we'll stick this. Oh, that's because I pulled it, didn't I? Yep. I remember when I couldn't use fast views. Well, I broke my first one. And so then I just thought, oh, it's rubbish. But then when I realised I broke it, and I got a new one, I learned how to do it, and it is just the best. And it's 20 metres on a refill, so it lasts forever. There we go. And you could pop that up on a dimensional, or you could leave it flat. I'm going to leave it flat, I think. Then I know it'll definitely go in the post without any extra stamps. But I am going to do something else which I loves about the blends, and probably the thing that I was the most excited about. We'll do it in the pearls, but it's the fact that you can colour, so that you can always know that you've got bling that will match your project. So I'm just going to colour 3 of these in. So I've now got some Bermuda Bay pearls. How fabulous! And I'm just going to stick them onto my card. Oh, so I'm just going to put on there. I was going to do these randomly as middle of flowers, but I'm not. I'm going to do them 3 in a row over here. Like so. There we go. So that is my entry for my Stampin' for All card map thing, whatever. And it's showing you how I've used blends on the Memories and More cards instead of just the black and white ones I used before. Okay, hope you like that. All details will be over on my blog, nigezza.blogspot.com.